Hello and welcome to the second last free Facebook, oh, not Facebook, where am I? I'm on Facebook, but the free website audit, I was calling it February free website audit month. This is the second last one for the month because I've sort of run out of steam. Who are we looking at today? We're looking at shared screen, entire screen, this one. We're looking at Rhythm First Aid, an Australian business. And I'm just going to make that a little bigger. Right. And get rid of some edges here. If I don't do it on full screen, you can't see the built with section. So my first problem is up comes the pop-up right in front of my face. I do not want 10% off my first purchase. I want to know what you do first. I want to be able to look at your website. Google wants to be able to look at your website. So please, 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 people, do not make this come up within the first few seconds of me being on your website. It's the fastest way to send people off your website, the fastest way to get yourself demoted in Google's listings. If you are going to do this and you do want to pop up, then there are some pop-ups that come in over here on the edge, and they're much more acceptable. But put a timer on it. Put at least 20 seconds on it, probably more like 30 seconds on it. So I'm going to cut out of that, and of course I cut out of that and it's gone. One big reason I do like Klaviyo, I'm not saying they necessarily have to be using Klaviyo, but it has, when you get out of the pop-up, it leaves you a little box, just an unobtrusive but still visible box, either there or there. There's a couple of different places you can put it. So, what has this been built with? Oh, see, they're using Klaviyo, so there's no reason why they can't use that. Google Analytics 4, it's a Shopify site. Google Tag Manager, who needs COVID-19 thingos on there anymore? It's over. They were on Wix, because this means they're off Wix, but they were on Wix. Shopify discounts, Shopify Australian dollar, the Shopify bits and pieces, Afterpay, Shopify Pay. I'm not sure whether they're going overseas. If they're not going overseas, you don't need all these currency options. Got all the Apple Pay, Google Pay, all those bits and pieces. As I say, was on Wix. It's obviously been around for a while because there's a lot of stuff that was on here and that's now gone. Verified link, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, that's good. Australia Post, so I know who they're posting with. Canadian server location, that's because it's Shopify. Okay, so we're going back to copyright like at least 2016. So they've been around for a while. Let's have a look at the site. So free shipping on all orders, $175 plus. Afterpay available, that's good. It's very obvious. It's very, very in my face. They are, okay, apparently they're selling all over the place. Rhythm First Aid Training for Life. I'm not sure. So the first thing always is this online training or is this face-to-face? So they do have some online. National Records. I mean, it presents, particularly as it's got a .com.au, it's presenting very much as an Australian site. I wonder if it's got .com. I mean, what I see a lot of the time with the shipping things and the pricing is that, you know, it's been put in there for Shopify and people just don't tend to take it off. Okay, so I don't know who. Health and safety courses, Rhythm First Aid, rhythmfirstaid.com. I don't know whether this is an old site or Keith Warren. You've always got to be really careful when you're using a .com.au that also has a .com that either you're using or someone else is using, because if it's a completely different site, That's going to confuse the heck out of, no, this is different. This is Nicole, founder of Rhythm First Aid. So who's this guy? Educational needs. I'd actually be thinking about changing my name. Okay, so he's overseas. So Rhythm First Aid, I'd have probably Rhythm First Aid Australia or something like that, because that's really confusing. Really, really confusing. Okay, so back to the real site. So it's pretty. It's very, very eye appealing. I don't know whether she's selling to the entire world. If she's not, then get rid of that. I'll just open these for later. And I'll just comment while I've got this that Instagram is very smart to have here as a link, as a social media link, because first aid training is going to be like we have very strong rules here in Australia where within certain organisations, even certain small businesses, you don't have to employ a lot of people or have a lot of people in your factory or an office before you must have a certified first aid nominated employee. So that's a lot of our rules around occupational health and safety. So LinkedIn is an obvious place to be because they're gonna have HR people, they're gonna have heads of department, they're gonna say, oh my God, I need to have someone, CEOs, chief operating officers. They're gonna say, oh God, we need a certified first aid person. Who do we go to? And LinkedIn is an obvious place to connect on. I'm not sure why that is different to the Fabricon. So the Fabricon up there is different to what is here. If that's the logo, it's I would first leave that one down there, Minor Point, or that one up there, one or the other. Training for life, health and safety for every age and every stage. Shop all value bundles, first aid kits. I don't tend to put shop all at the very beginning. Shop all is a catch one. It's like I don't know where else to put it, and I'll put it in shop all, or no, people come into the site don't really know where to look. What we find with marketing nowadays is the more targeted you can be, the more straight to a particular product or straight to a particular collection you can be, the better conversion you're going to get. So if you're saying, we do everything first aid, we do all the courses, we do all the equipment, we do everything you need to know, all the books, all the blah, 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 then you're going to get much less conversion, whether you're on organic or you're on ads, paid ads. Just people's minds don't tend to think like that. If they happen to have found you or they're Google searching and they're very very started in the beginning of their purchase process, or they're just researching, then a shop all's good, or a generally here's everything we do is good. So you want to have it there, but you don't want to lead with it. So I'd be leading with which of these, maybe not the value bundles, but the first aid kits, the kids and babies, the defibs, the school supplies. I don't know what's the biggest seller. I was thinking probably the first aid kits. Kids and babies, obviously that's more for your preschools and that sort of thing, maybe hospitals. So I'd be sort of putting these in order of biggest seller down to least seller, and I put shop all right at the very beginning. Waffle-free first aid, engaging facilitation, evidence-based training, sounds really good. Tailor-made first aid equipping Australian families and businesses. Again, I'd put probably businesses first rather than Australian families. But go back into where is your biggest target market. I get that it's both of them, but you want to, if you say Australian families, people have a tendency now to only read partial bits of sentences, particularly online. Like they'll go tailor-made first aid equipping Australian families. Oh, I'm gone. I'm a business. I'm looking for business stuff. Yeah, I know you say it after that. And I know, and we wish everybody would read the entire sentence or the entire paragraph. And this is also why I say don't do paragraphs, because people just don't read it. How do I know that? I've installed Hotjar, Hotjar, on so many websites now, and I've watched literally thousands, probably up around 20,000 people on websites. sometimes live, and watch their behavior, and they just don't look at anything long enough to be even completing the sentence, let alone reading a whole paragraph. But this is nice and quick and succinct. It's easy for me to get a really good idea about, what happens. Infant and child first aid. I'm not so sure about the white on here. It's a little bit hard to see. I wonder what happens when we're on mobile. Mobile. It's not as bad as I thought, but it's difficult. So this is a mobile emulator. It's attempting to see what a mobile phone would show me, but it's under ideal lighting conditions. If you go outside, so I'd be saying to whoever designed this website, go outside and have a look at it on a mobile, on a number of different mobiles if you can, and see how well that white comes up against those backgrounds. I'd be thinking of maybe black, maybe a grey, maybe something like, just be looking at what the contrast is, because this is really, really important information. There's no hover on the book now buttons, which is rather a shame. Training schools, but what I do like about these sections is you set your target markets out really well. Like if I've come to this site and I'm looking for nationally recognised CPR and first aid, right, I've got it. If I'm looking for infant and child, right, I've got it. If I'm looking for business training, right, I've got it. If I'm in schools, right, I've got it. If I'm looking for farm and private, maybe even add home, pray for friends and family. So first aid courses, private. I would put not maybe private sessions. I would put maybe home and family. I'm nitpicking here, absolutely nitpicking, because this is a lovely site, lovely photo. Here's the person behind it. She's sitting at a nice desk with great lighting, great happy smile, in uniform, and picking up one of her kids. Perfect, really, really nice. Meet Nicole, learn more. I would imagine goes to more about her, her story, her founder media. Yep. And this is what I often say to people, put a bit about yourself on the homepage, like she has done. So this is well set up, Nicole. It's enough to give me a bit of feel for the person, here to educate, empower, and equip Australians to be safe and healthier at home, at work, at schools, in farms and communities. I might have just done a little bit more about why she has the bona fides to do that. Because it goes to the about. Again, lovely photo. But it's all very much about her. About Rhythm First Aid, not necessarily about her. Code red. So I'd like to see, I'm expecting to see on the about a little bit about her. There it is. Nurse, trainer, change maker. So founder of Rhythm. Read her story. That goes somewhere else, does it? Our story, our founder. Okay. Just put a little bit more of your personality behind it. So yeah, frontline at a busy hospital trauma centre. Look, here's your bona fides. Why wouldn't I be buying from someone that is doing first at a higher scale, obviously, but is literally knowing what happens and knowing how fast and important it is, knowing how to communicate rapidly. So I just do a little bit. Look at the bona fides. Plenty of them. And I would just be putting a tiny bit more of that, and look at these recommendations. Training rehab, what is the best way? So I'd just be putting just a fraction more about that here, to give her bona fides behind why she's doing what she's done. Why her business? Yes, I know she's not the only trainer within the business, but she is the face of the business. You've only film, would you know what to do? Wonderful person. Yeah, good. This is pulling in a bit of the fear factor. This is why you need what we do. Be the person who knows what to do. Book now. Family first aid kit. Option personalised. Price. I don't generally like too many products on the website, but I like the way this has been done. So she's got the big categories, and then she's got, oh, they've got whoever designed this website. It's got, you know, the family first aid kit. That's probably a really nice, good passive seller for her. And yeah, I absolutely agree with this. And the fact that it's got personalisation on it and you actually pay for that is, I think, clever. How to increase your average order value, and people, you know, I personally wouldn't put my name on it, or I just write my name in a sticky, you know, on a sticker or something. But you know, people like that sort of thing. And then some other sort of things that she thinks the home place is going to need. And then some nice blogs about proving her expertise. I'd be inclined to put these are testimonials, not these ones. I saw the testimonials on her about page that were more about her and the course. These ones, I'd probably put those up here on the homepage rather than, otherwise it's taking here to diet prep students. So what's that got to do with your product? What I said, taught during your course, that's a good one. That's a good one. So I'd be inclined to put, there's only 3 and other than a couple of them, it's the wrong 3. Some places she's worked. Oh, so I was just going to say, these testimonials I'll be putting above the blog section, because generally when people get to the blog section, I'll be putting it probably here. Is where I'll be putting it. Yes, I'll be putting it under the about her. Because by the time people get to the blog section, they've generally stopped scrolling down. So you probably get 75% of people to about here. You get 100% up the top, 75, and then it's going to grade off. Again, how do I know that? That's what Hotjar teaches you. Can I bring my child who teaches the course? Will I get? Yep, that's quite good. And then contact us. Though I don't know whether I'd put frequently asked questions on the homepage. It's a bit of a waste of space. This looks like, yes, this is an Instagram feed. Subscribe to Gay, enter your email. So I wouldn't put the contact us up there. I would put this is more important than the contact us. You actually want them on your email list. This is your Klaviyo email list. In her case, she's in Klaviyo. That's more important than a contact us form. And unless she's really clever and got this all connected up to Klaviyo, but people will tend to only use these when they want to ask a question, or, you know, hey, I want to run a course and, you know, can I talk to you about what that would involve, blah, 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 blah. Whereas it's very clear from this website that this lady's got a lot of knowledge. Like you can see just from her Instagram feed, she's disseminating a lot of knowledge, and that's very important. So I wouldn't put subscribe today and get 10%. I would do that, but I would say stay up to date about rapid changes, you know, about, sort of, I never do copy that well when I'm off the cuff doing these, but something along the lines of, you know, stay updated on you know, new changes to healthcare, to first aid, find out our new products, something along those lines. Stay connected with us to find out about any changes, or to hear important updates in first aid care. That's the words I'm looking for. You know, subscribe to hear important updates in first aid care. And new products, and then they get, you know, and then they get $10, and bonus, we'll give you $10 off your first online order as well. Then we've got the footer menus. This is a little bit narrow. I'd be inclined, just looks a bit odd to my eye. And our classic knowledge of first owners of the land that we often do on our website, so everybody should do in Australia on their websites. Courses, you've obviously got a lot of courses. This is a really clear website to look through. I really love it when I don't have to think too hard about where I can look, when it's leading me through what story you've got to tell, which is what you're doing. You know, that's really nice. Online masterclasses, fever and respiratory illness. This is online. This looks like not a face-to-face. No, courses. Or maybe that I would differentiate them up between courses online and face-to-face. It's just not 100% clear what's online and what's face-to-face, or how it's delivered. So there's two big differentiators here. There's I want quick and easy information for reference and I'm prepared to pay for that, or I want online. I want to be certified. I want hands-on training. And I don't think that comes across quite well enough. You've got to take me down both of those by not putting them all together. Checking on range programs, the feel of blah blah blah. The cost is, and it's what you learn. Feel empowered. See, I'm left a little bit wondering how this is delivered, because that is going to be a key decider for me about, where you are, how it's delivered, what I've got to do. You've got some wonderful testimonials. I'm not surprised. And we're back to the Instagram feed. So we've got the same problem here again. This is either been set up as a footer or it's been set up on every page. This is a Shopify page. So yeah, I'm just a little lost as to what is the school student and teacher. That will be a page. Prep to VCE. So she's obviously in Victoria, because VCE is only in Victoria. And that's what you've got to tell me. You've got to be really clear to tell me. Don't ask me to ask you. You've got to be really clear to tell me where you do these face-to-faces, or where and how. If you do them all on Zoom, great, terrific. Tell me that. It just leaves that little bit out. How does this work? Do you come to me? Corporate. Yeah, I'd be inclined to say online courses, face-to-face courses, and then go down the rabbit hole. Book now is so here it is here. Right, great, finally. But I really had to dig to find that. 16 products online, choking. So this is using This is using a product in the back of Shopify. It's always difficult when you have a business that has face-to-face stuff, where you have some things that traditionally are brought just on an e-commerce basis versus some things that aren't, where it's like almost a consultancy. It's always difficult, but this site's been set up quite well to handle that. Bendigo, Melbourne, Ballarat, so she's divided them up. See, I finally dug after how many minutes? After 24 minutes, to find out where these are being offered. And I'm really trying very hard, whereas a lot of people won't. This has been set up. This has been set up really well. But again, I would like to see first aid supplies, defibrillators, COVID, business, baby and kids. These are just straight out products. Family first aid kit, others, shop all bundles. Okay, that makes sense. I would guess she's got a lot of blogs going on here, which is great. I love the amount of blogs you've got on here. I love the amount of information that you're putting out here. This is perfect. You are not only talking the talk, but you're walking the walk, and you're proving that you're in the business. You're heavily embedded in the business, and you're a great place to go, which is why I'd be really surprised if you don't have a lot of followers on social media, and you should have a really amazing email list. Every time you do a blog, even the blogs you've got up here for some time, share them out of your email list. You might have written the blogs a while ago, but remind new people coming in, or hey, it's I'm thinking sort of like it's summer here. So if you've got a blog that you wrote in last summer, then it's time to send it out of your email list to say, hey, you know I wrote this last summer, but it still applies. And our summers are getting hotter and hotter and hotter. Without getting into the climate debate, you know, just wanted to give you a gentle reminder about, you know, things to think about with, you know, children and cars and heat, and what to do if you, you know, if you say you're on a long trip and your air conditioning breaks down and your child gets sick, and, you know, what is the first aid? Poisoning in kids, that's something that would be a recurring thing to be pushing out on an email. And then of course your classic contact. So really, really nice site. Really nice site. As I say, I'm nitpicking on the. See, that the thing that worries me is, like, this is so obvious and this is really well done, but then this one, which is really more important to you than this one, it's just like it's disappearing into the all the white. So if you know, if you head that further up, and I would be tending to put that down maybe in the footer. Shopify sites are not so crucial for putting things in footers, which is why I sometimes like WordPress more. But this is page, depending on whether you can, but I would be swapping them around. Okay. I think from what I'm seeing, Shopify is pretty good on mobile optimization. It looks pretty good. Oops, just the thing about the color there. But it's very clear. It's long enough, but it's not too long. Add to cart, snotty nose, pain relief. But see that the email sign-ups, like, how many people are going to get weighed out of here? And that's such a shame, because given the amount of fantastic information you have, you'd be getting a huge amount of sales, particularly of these back-end products. You'd be getting a huge amount of sales by talking about something in a blog and then saying, so, you know, here's the products we've got that will help you with that, and include, particularly in Klaviyo, you basically have the information, you know, linked to the blog, and here's the products we have on the blog that are fantastic for doing ABC that I've just been speaking about, and then link to them to buy the product. That would be a huge way to increase the amount of money you're making. But no, this all looks pretty good. Why doesn't that want to slide? I think that's more about my internet than anything else. Okay, so social media, Facebook, 711. It tells me you are possibly not utilizing social media as well, or at least Facebook as well as you could be. Colors are consistent, headers are consistent, good header. Be aware that on a computer, you know, this needed to be moved over so that it didn't conflict with this. It's easy to fix. You know what business method of children having the knowledge in CPR. Okay, classic mistake is put the link in there to the training of CPR with children, whatever that particular choking infant and child first aid course, that one. Put the link in. Always give people a link. Yes, maybe you can go, no, you can't go anywhere from there. In Ballarat is in Ballarat. So always put a link. If that's a course you're running in Ballarat, then put the link to actually sign up for the course in Ballarat. It's in Ballarat, Victoria. Rhythm First Aid in Bendigo. Sounds like she's running preview link has expired. Preview link has expired. It's used a preview link is the problem. With a preview link is only for admins behind the scenes previewing a page as they've set it up. So that needs to be, so good. You've tried, but you've used the wrong link. written a blog. So this is what I mean. She's written a blog. So, blah, 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 you know, been a leading cause of death, homes are the most common. Identifying risk, decrease the risk. I've written a blog listing all the considerations for living room baby proof, and then she wants to go to the blog. And then she wants to be able to retarget people that have gone and looked at the blog. So yeah, on the right track, but just missing that final critical point. Melbourne Baby Expo, swipe across to see if you can. Well, swipe across you can't because this is not an Instagram, so this is an Instagram post that hasn't. It's just been put onto Facebook without really thinking about the fact that the copy no longer makes sense. Visit the link in our bio for tickets. As I say, it's an Instagram. So yes, feed across some things from Instagram, but most of the time this is why I do 2 separate posts. It's in Bendigo. I'm quite sure why she keeps tagging, why someone keeps tagging them with the place. I wouldn't bother unless you're running a particular session in that place, because it's not going to do you any difference. And again, swipe across to the stats where you can't, you're not on Instagram. Swap here. See, that's much better. That's what I mean. That's what you need to do. That's going to get you sales. There's a lot of text-based stuff here. What are you doing? Are you not doing any reels? I'm surprised. I would be doing at least some reels. You've got the material for it. Instagram, yeah, much bigger followers on Instagram. I suspect there's no rhyme or reason why there would be more followers on Instagram and more likers on Instagram than there is on Facebook. I just suspect someone's used Instagram more, because there should be, you know, these sorts of numbers on Facebook. The fact that a lot of posts from Instagram are just feeding across to Facebook, and you're not utilizing Facebook as strongly as you could be, I think is why you just don't have the followers. See, great real stuff here. All of this should be on Facebook. There's really good per se. 7,000, 3,000, 4,000, 6,000. Really good following on Instagram. And there are still a lot of people that use Facebook and don't use Instagram. And you know, you just want to tap into the algorithm of both. Even if they're seeing things on Instagram, you need to let Facebook know that, and you need to be building the audiences on Facebook, because Meta owns both Facebook and Instagram. It's from an algorithm point of view, you're better off presenting the same material on both. It doesn't take extra time. It just means that instead of just posting it to one, and how you do that, I should cut a video about this, is you actually use Meta Business Suite to post the reel automatically to Instagram and automatically to Facebook. Because there's a lot of additional information here that after a really quick look through Facebook doesn't seem to be. So what's this? When was this one put on? So this was 2 weeks ago. It's a bit more. I don't know whether she's using ads to get these, but I'm going to have a look to see whether she's using ads, because that's really big numbers without doing some paid. Not currently running ads. Okay. That's really big numbers without putting some money behind it, particularly that one. And Trish's Baby James Queen. Sunburn. And the information's fantastic. That's part of the reason why she's doing so well. Why it's doing so well. Yeah, my internet doesn't want to play with me today. Come on, Chrome. Next thing it's going to do is Chrome is going to crash. Just in case it does, we're probably nearing the end of the stream. If Chrome crashes, then my StreamYard crashes as well. And it looks like that's where I'm going. So that's probably all I've got to say about this. If it happens, oh no, we're back. You know, there's really good followers on this. This is much better copy over here than it is on Facebook. LinkedIn, so it's gone to the LinkedIn company page. Well done. Follow it. How many? 89 followers. This will be mostly corporate. And that's been well written. Same header image we're seeing across others, so there's good recognition going on. Been putting up these posts, which are really good. Yep, good job on Instagram. Absolutely good job. Okay, I think that's all I have to say on this, and I've rattled on now for nearly 40 minutes. Yeah, good job. Really good job. This fine-tuning a little bit of a few things on here is about all I can add. So congratulations. And that's it for me. So the last one tomorrow, and then I'm going to stop being able to do live live streams every day, because it really does cut into my day. All right, have a good one, everybody, and we'll talk tomorrow.